Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So here we are with our session number 33 of basic Nahw and Sarf, Alhamdulillah, and we were able to finish all our fragments in our last session. And inshallah, we are going to now start our review and we are going to just do our practice before our test. And then, inshallah, after your test, you will be starting your term two, in which we are only going to focus on fail. But having said so, it does not mean that you forget all the content that you have been taught in this term. Before you enter the next term, you must know that you must have a very solid foundation. And that is only going to be possible with your hard work, okay, and your dedication to the program, Alhamdulillah. So, in the last session there was something that I want to clarify, that I was wrong, and all of you who were calling yom as musharun ilayhi were right. So I just want all of you to know that I was wrong, saying that the liqa is going to be the musharun ilayhi. No, you for those of you who have said that yom is the musharun ilayhi, they are all right. Can you all, make a note of that? Alhamdulillah. So if now the yomi is the musharun ilayhi, what will be the status of haza? What do you think should be the status of haza? So now it's no longer liqa'a. It is yomi, that is musharun ilayhi. So it is going to be jar. Very, very well done. Barakallahu feek. Because Isam Ishara, Musharun Alayhi are going to match in all four properties, right? We all remember that, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, a very beautiful surah. The only purpose of sharing this talk with you was so that you are, ready for what to expect in today's class. Alhamdulillah, I hope you were all able to look at least the review document. It was not supposed to be completed because it was just sent a couple of hours ago. So I am, inshallah, going to begin with the first word. And we will come back to Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. But Basmala, we have done it very many times. So I will skip it in today's session. I want you to focus on Wasama'i. So what do you think? When you have a vow and after this vow you see an ism majroor, what does it remind you of? Okay, let's just make it bigger and let me just change the font. It is Wow Qasam, very, very well done. And I'm seeing the right answers that this is Harf Jar Wow. This is the wow that is a wow of an oath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking an oath by the sky. Allah is taking an oath by the sky, and you all were able to identify it. How I'm so proud of you. All alhamdulillah. So this is jar wal majroor. Now I am seeing another ism following as-sama'i. I'm going to focus here now and I am going to see, is dhati and as-sama'i, can there be a relationship between these two? Can they be connected somehow? If I ask you the gender of as-sama, what do you think? What is the gender of as-sama? It is going to be feminine. Okay, it's going to be feminine, right? And what type of feminine? Is it a sign feminine, herd feminine, or a biological feminine, or a real feminine? It is a herd feminine because Arab said so, right? It falls in a story, right? So it falls in story. It is the Arab said so feminine. It is a herd feminine, sama'i, from seen meme ain. Sama has to do with the hearing, right? So now if it is as-samai is going to be feminine, when you look at word zati, and you have covered this word not too long ago, zati, what have you learned about the gender of zati? It is also a feminine. Remember, it is a feminine for zu. Shirina is typing, and I think she's very well prepared for the test. Barakallahu fik. Very, very well done, Iram. Fariha. Where zati has a ta, and remember, zu Zati, right? And Zati has a ta that is that you can take it as a giveaway for a feminine word, because you have learned that zu, zazi, zatu, zata, zati are the feminine forms of that, right? So Zati is going to be feminine. Zati and Samai both are feminine. They are both jar in status. Do you all agree? Are they both singular as well? Do you call them singular? Okay, now when it comes to the type of asama, what is the type of asama? Is it um, proper or common? What do you think? It is proper, and what made it proper? It is proper because of an al in the beginning. Al in the beginning made it proper. Alhamdulillah, and that's the correct answer. Now let's look at zati. Zati is a word that is only going to be seen in Quran as a mudaf. It is only going to come as a mudaf. And now let's focus on al buruj. Can buruj be labeled as mudaf ilahi? Can I say that this al buruji is a mudaf ilahi for that? Is it meeting your conditions? First word light, no alif lam, followed by jar, mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Sky, the sky that is the possessor of buruj, that is the possessor of um, big bodies or columns or satellites or however you want to translate it. Do you think that we can connect now these as-sama with zati? Yes, they are mawsuf wa sifa. When now you look at the type of zati, when you look at the type of zati, what is the type of zati? When your mudaf ilayhi is proper, when your mudaf ilayhi is proper, your mudaf becomes when mudaf ilayhi is proper, it makes your mudaf proper. So the first one is mu'arraf, which means proper, bi'al, bilamu tarif. The second one is proper because of idafa. So it is mu'arraf bil idafa. The Arabic term is that, but you don't need to worry about that at this stage, right? So, but you notice all four properties are matching, and you are going to say as-sama'i and azati are making mawsuf wasifa, and they are all together, right? You are going to say that the first ayah of Suratul Buruj is a fragment jar wal majroor, and then there is mawsuf wasifa. Wasamai jar wal majroor. Then comes zati, which is sharing three properties clearly with as-sama. It is singular. Both are singular. Both are jar, both are feminine. We have just covered that. And when it comes to the type of zati, it became proper because its mudaf ilayhi was proper. So the all four properties are clearly matching now. Is this clear, Ruqayya? Are you with me? That how there are there are four properties that are matching, and there are three fragments. Yes, you are right. There are three fragments in the first ayah of Suratul Buruj. First is your jar wal majroor. Second is your mawsuf was sifa. And the third one is mudaf ilayhi. Are you all with me? How is zati sifa? Because it is matching in all four properties together. Zatil buruj, you are going to consider this chunk, this idafa together. Because remember, mudaf and mudaf ilayhi cannot be separated. They're going to go in the same bucket, right? They can never be separated. They have an unbreakable bond, right? Because of that unbreakable bond. One second. Hanji. Hello? हाँ क्या हुआ? विकास? तो कल पापा बात करेंगे. And so sorry, guys. Okay. So zati is not a plural. Zati is a singular word, right? Zati is became. I hope the P is for proper, right? P is for proper. That I think here someone has typed zati. Yeah, right. So zati is a singular word. Zati is proper because al buruj, al in the al buruj, al there was an al that made buruj proper, but al buruj together, a complete word, made its mudaf proper, because whenever your mudaf ilahi is proper, it makes your mudaf proper. Zati is not, yeah, Zawata is going to be Zawatu, Zawati, Zawati is going to be the plural for Zata, right? Adama, you are absolutely correct, right? Everyone with got it? So three fragments you have already covered. Now stay with me and stay focused. You are seeing another vow just transferring a status from before, from Wasama to al yawm. What are you going to call this vow? What is the name for this vow? Are you going to call by the sky that possesses buruj and the day that has been promised, and the witness and the one that is witnessed? This vow, I wanted you to be very clear on this. My dear students, remember when there is an oath and then you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taking oaths on multiple objects, first vow is going to be harf jar, and the second vow is now going to be vow of atf, right? And it is so very important to know murakkab atf properly, right? So this vow is going to be a connector vow, which is in Arabic called atf. Everyone, anyone has ambiguity about the name of this vow? It is going to be now called vow atf. And now when you see al yawm, what is it going to be labeled as? How will you label what comes after vow? What do you call it? Matuf or matuf alayhi? Matuf or matuf alayhi? The first one is going to be matuf alayhi. The second one is going to be the word that comes after vav is matuf. The older person is bigger, taller. The older kid is taller, and the younger kid is small, right? So the smaller name is given to matuf. Okay, that follows the first one. Okay, remember that. I've been, yeah. So it the name of an ism after vav is going to be matuf. Okay, it is going to be matuf. So Ruqayya has typed matuf alayhi is going to be as-sama, and it is not only just ism majroor, it is not just your object of an oath, but it is also matuf alayhi for al-yawm, and al-yawm is going to be your matuf, just matuf. When you look at al-yawm, do you see the word that is coming after al-yawm? Do you find any connection between these two words? Are they somehow connected? Okay, so can you say some are writing mudaf, or some, all four properties are matching. Here, all four properties are matching, both singular, both masculine, right? Both singular, both masculine, both jar, both proper. So this is mawsoof was sifa. Can this be idafa? Can by any chance you can call it idafa? No, why not? Why not? Yes, you are correct, but why not? Because mudaf is not going to take an al, right? Mudaf is not going to take an al, right? Keep that in mind, no problem. And now I'm going to move forward and I'm going to show you something. Then verse number 3. Now see, how are you going to connect? So this is matuf 1. After this comes the, after verse 2, ayah 2, in verse 3, the vow. What is the name for the vow? It is going to be harf atf again, and shahid is going to be matuf number 2, vow again atf, and mashhood is going to be matuf 3. So how many objects has have been taken an oath by? What do you think? There has been a sama that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking an oath by. Then it is al yawm, then shahid, and then mashhood. Right? Everyone got it? Okay. Now my next ayah is beginning with kutila, and kutila is fail. Have we covered fail yet? Remind me, have we covered fail? No, we have not. So we are not going to worry about it. You are only going to highlight ashabul ukhdud, right? Ashabul ukhdud. You are only going to focus there, okay? And ashabul ukhdud. Look at the first word and find for yourself, is the first word light or heavy? Can we? Okay, ashab in al ukhdud can think about it, and be very careful. Ashab is a broken plural. There is no reason for it to be light, but it is light. There is no al. And the second word is jar in status. Both are plural, but ashab means companions, al-ukhdud means trench. Can companions be described by trenches? Or think about kabur or something like that? No, right? That does not make sense, right? So ashabul ukhdud, first word light, no alif lam followed by jar, right? And look at the harakas. You know the haraka. It is an idafa. It is an idafa. It is mudaf. It is light, no alif lam, and it has a dhamma, right? It has a dhamma. The second word, though it is a plural, but it is a proper word. And it has a kasra. It is jar in status. So these two words are connected through idafa. Is everyone with me so far? Alhamdulillah. Okay, so everyone got it. There are 50 students or more than 50 students right now in the class. Okay, no, it includes me too, but I hope everyone is with me. I'm seeing the same names typing answers, who always type answers, alhamdulillah, but I want more participation. Okay, so that we all master these concepts, because this is your bread and butter grammar, okay, inshallah. So annar, think about annar and remember, yeah, very good job. Very good job. Active babies, very good job. Very well done. So I want all my babies to be very active, okay? So in this class, behave very actively, okay? Usually the active babies are very, handsful, but here I want you to focus and participate as much as you can. Umaira, you have your hand raised. Is it okay if I take your question towards the end? Right? Okay. So now look at annar. And annar is what a type of a word? Give me four properties. So starting from the gender, it is a feminine word. Type is going to be proper because it has an al. Number is going to be singular, and status is jar because it's a singular word carrying a kasra, so there is no rocket science there, right? Feminine, proper, singular, and jar in status. Now, just like the first one, asamai zati, now similar word came back again. Zati is repeated now here. So now anar zati. Zati, is it matching anar in all four properties? Is it singular? Is it jar? Is it feminine? All correct. But now it looks common. But can I now again connect it to its mudaf ilayhi? Zatil wuqud is going to be considered when mudaf ilayhi come together. They are they are unmatched. They are inseparable at this point. Okay, they are inseparable. So you consider them together. If al wuqud is proper, what will happen to zat? Will it make zati proper too? It is going to make its mudaf proper. So now when zati is together with its mudaf ilayhi, it is matching annar in all four properties. Fire that possesses fuel. So does it make sense that this annar is a mawsoof and zati is its sifa? Everyone got it? How many of you are very, um, well versed, and you think you're very confident about this concept. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so we have covered 5 ayahs, and only skipped one word, which was kutila, right? Why is narjar? Why is nar? Very good question. Very good question. Can anyone tell me? There were trenches, they were filled with fire, and that fire was full of fuel. So I told you something. Companions of trenches, ashabul ukhdud, annar, annari, zatil wukud. Just ukhdud and annar. Can this be put together? Can there be some relationship at this stage? At this stage, it is you just call it follower. Okay, it annar is the follower of ukhdud. Okay, at this stage, because ukhdud are plural, annar is singular. Rest everything you can match, but for now just call it a follower for now. Okay, and this is going to be covered in your advanced session. Okay, this is a topic that we are going to cover in our advanced session. Annar, you are going to all write in your notes that annar is a follower of ukhdudi. Is this clear to all of you? Type 1 if it is. Okay, if it is a follower, if I just tell you this is a follower, the follower, what is one thing that for a one ism that is going to follow another ism, the follower must match in what one property of an ism? It is the status, the status, the status that we focus on. Okay, so now let's go and look at verse number 6. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to skip is for now, but inshallah you are going to be learning about it soon. What have you learned about home? What kind of a word is this? It is a masculine plural word. Is it? It's a pronoun. It is a pronoun. And when you classify pronoun, does it fall? And which kalima is it? Is it an ism, fail, or harf? All pronouns are proper, right? And it is going to be an ism, right? You put your damir or your pronouns under the umbrella of an ism, right? When it comes to the number, you already told me it is plural. When it comes to the gender, you told me masculine. When it comes to the type, we already said that it is proper. And when it comes to the status, your independent pronouns or your detached pronouns are going to be rough in status. That is what you need to know when you see something as that. It is not attached to any word. You are going to say that because what is the default status of an ism? Rough, right? Rough is the status of a doer, but it can be status of a subject of nominal sentence as well. So it is default status is rough, and when your pronoun is not attached to an ism, fail, or harf, you just can call it rough in status at this stage. Everyone, and it is mabni too. But it is mabni, but in terms of we know that it is the independent pronouns are going to be rough in status, right? But we can figure that out, right? Okay. Now, when you look at alayha, is it one word or there are two words? There are two words, ala and ha. Ala and ha. Which fragment has ala and ha? It is going to be jar wal majroor, right? Everyone got it? Ila, ala, hatta, right? The last three words of your haruf jar, right? Alayha is your jar wal majroor. Good? So far? Okay. And here the pronoun is ha. What will be the status of this ha? It is going to be jar in status. when a pronoun is attached to ism fi'l of harf, this ha, when this ha pronoun is attached to an ism fi'l or harf, its status is going to be either nasb or jar. But here, because ala is harf jar, what is the status of ha? It is going to be jar, right? Everyone got it? Because of ala, it is jar in status. So everyone got is good with verse number 6. Alhamdulillah. When it comes to ku'udun, ku'udun, we can consider this a broken plural. If I consider it a broken plural, qa'id is a singular and ku'ud is a broken plural, how will you define it? What will be the four properties? Ku'udun, ku'udun. It is common. It is it is the plural for qa'id. It can be plural for qa'id. So it is broken plural. And for now, I never told you that how to treat your non-human broken plurals. But I want you to, for your human broken plurals, I want you to treat them as such for now. Okay, as such for now. So Ku'udun is going to be broken plural. Ku'udun is common. Ku'udun is, what is the status? It is rough in status, right? And qa'idun, if it is a plural for qa'idun, then qa'idun is is your masculine word. So the gender is masculine, right? Is this clear to all of you? Okay. Okay, for now, you do just like I told you to do, okay? Inshallah. When I'm going to tell you otherwise, then inshallah you can do it otherwise. It is a human plural. It is a human broken plural, Tahmina. It is a human broken plural, okay? Not always. Not always. Yes, they can be treated as single feminine. Human broken plurals, let me say it in the recording as well, because some people are not be able to see your questions. So human broken plurals can be treated as single feminine, just like you see in the beginning of Juz 3, Tilka Rusulu. Tilka Rusulu. So they are treated just as single feminine with the use of tilka, right? A rusul is a broken plural for a rasul, and is treated as single feminine because which ism ishara did we use? Tilka. And tilka is for, it is a singular word and it is a feminine word, right? Did we have any messengers that were sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that were feminine? No, not at all, right? All messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were males, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, however, used tilka to for a rusul, and this is because they can be treated as single feminine. But for now, you just tell me what number you are seeing, and we are going to just in ku'ud, don't consider that rule being applied, because they are upon it sitting. They, home is they are upon it sitting. So these are the people who are sitting by the fire. So just there is no such thing. They are not treated as being a single feminine. Okay. Yes, it is coming sitting from qada in salah. Yes. And one thing that you notice here, alhamdulillah, you were able to attempt this word. You are able to attempt alayha, and you have been able to attempt qu'udun as well. Okay. Everyone is good. So there is only one fragment here. We are just seeing the four properties of the rest of the isms as well. Yeah, Fariha, only one fragment in this. Alayha is the fragment. The rest are just the singular isms, right? So alayha has a ha. What can it be referring to? Is it a gender wise? Gender wise, is it masculine or feminine? Gender wise, it is a feminine word. So this is going back to what? Fire? Okay. I will take it as a correct answer. Very good job. Very good job. So now we'll skip this wow for now because there is a sentence following this wow, but we are just going to continue with the rest of the verse. Okay, inshallah. Verse number 7. Alama. What are we seeing here? Harf jar, and we can call this portion as jar wal majroor. Anytime you see harf jar, you are going to just start to think about jar wal majroor, right? When you look at bil mu'minin, what are you going to treat it as? You are going to connect these two words as jar wal majroor as well. Yaf'aluna, yaf'aluna, does it, they do, it is translated as they do. Is it an ism, fail, or harf? It is a fail. It has a, because it has a dual, it has a time, and it has a pronoun. And have we covered fail? We have not covered fail. However, I did tell you the signs of fail. And what is a sign of fail in word yaf'aluna? Yaf'aluna, what is the sign? The ya in the beginning is the sign of fail mudare, which is a present tense of Arabic. So that is all we need to know about this word. At this point, we're going to skip it. Okay. The last word, shuhudun. Does it sound like qu'udun? Shuhudun. Does it sound shahid and shuhud? Do they kind of sound similar? Can this be a human broken plural? Right? Can this be a human broken plural? And if it is a broken plural, it is common, right? There is no reason for it to be proper because by default, your word is common. It is, what is the status of this word? It is going to be rough in status. Your broken plurals are also going to show their rafa, nasab, and jar status by the haraka, right? Sometimes they may not be able to take a kasra, but most of the rest of, most of the broken plurals can decline just like a singularism, right? So everyone got it? Okay. So when you look at, before I continue, I want you to look at few questions. Let's take a quick break and attempt few questions, and then we'll cover from verse number 8. Is that okay? Now look at these questions. This vow makes an ism majroor. Which vow is going to make an ism majroor? Is it waw atf that makes an ism majroor, or waw qasam, or waw harf jar that makes an ism majroor? Waw qasam, which is also harf jar. Harf jar waw, waw qasam, harf jar waw can be called waw al-qasmiya. That is the one waw that makes an ism majroor. But what does it mean? It means you expect to see the change in the status of the word to jar. Waw al-qasmiya makes an ism majroor. The two isms connected through this waw share the same status. I just talked about the status, so I just expect to know that particular waw only. Waw at connects two isms together that share the same status. What is an ism in which the sign of plural and rough status is waw? Is it mufradism? Is it dual? Or is it masculine sound plural? Or is it your feminine sound plural? Or is it your broken plural in which the sign of plural and rough status is waw? It is no, it's not broken plural. It is your masculine sound plural. Muslimuna. What is the sign of plural in word muslimuna? It is waw. What is a sign of rough status in word muslimuna? Again waw, right? So masculine sound plural. What are the asma? Now you are getting, we are being very specific here. What are the asma which are singular and the sign of their rough status is waw? Ahu, very good job. Very, very well done. Very, very well done. Al Asmaul Khamsa. Zu, za, zu, fu, and your Abu, right? Everyone got it? Even if you did not know it before. Now, did you understand? Right? Nobody is testing, nobody. Remember that. Everyone is trying to make sure that, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, the race that I am in, my partners are also with me. Okay, I will write the answers. I will write the answers, inshallah. I will, and before I will update the sheet at the rest before the end of the day, inshallah. Okay. Now, remind me, three huruf jar used for an oath, that are used to take an oath. One is vow, wallahi, wassamai, la uqsimu bihazal balad. The second is ba, tallahi, tallahi. Very well done. Ba. So in bata kaflam vow, so among those five letters, you have your ba, your ta, and your vow. Everyone got it? Your ba, your ba, your ta, and your wow. Got it? Two harf jar that lose their noon in writing when a word starting with meme attaches to them. So now these haruf jar should end with noon, right? In that case, their noon will be lost. And Sahar, you are absolutely right. And Rukaya, I think you are also right there. And Afifa and everyone, Adama, very good job. They have to end with noon, right? So what are the two huruf jar that end with noon? An, min, un, min, right? Un, min. If you have ma attached to them or mim fatha ma, just that attached to them, what happens to their noon? Do you find that in writing? Amma, amma yatasaalun. Do you see? Do you find your noon there? No, right? So mimma, very good example. Everyone got it? So an and min lose their noon in writing when any word attaches to them that has meme. Okay? So now, two harf jar with ya mutakallim. What is ya mutakallim? Very fancy name. First person singular pronoun, which is ya. Okay? The ya. Right? No, not ya nida. No. It is the first person singular pronoun. Right? First person singular pronoun. First person singular. Ya is not for nahnu. No. Adama, you are getting there. You are right. Minni, anni, these an and min. When there is ya attached to them, what happens to them? They have an additional noon. They have an additional noon when they have ya attached to them. Okay, let me show you how this works. And these are not the commonly asked questions, but this is something that we have covered. So I just wanted to make sure that you do not forget these concepts. I think I have okay, one second. This is done, this is done, this is done. This one we have covered. Yes, when person attaches to it does not know. One is how come I did not give you guys this slide? I was thinking that I have made it. Anni and Minni. I think for my advanced group, I actually posted a question on that, I think. So remember that Anni, Minni. So An and Ya. No, not Li. Not Li. This noon, Anni. How many noons are there in word Anni or Minni? There are two noons. How many? How many? Yeah, I thought so that I have prepared a slide on that. So how many noons? Let me show you something here. I think I have it here in my Canva somewhere. Okay. No, but that is for no. That is something else. That we are talking about noon coming in between an, min, and ya. I wanted to ask you, what are the two haruf jar that are when the ya attaches to them, they are going to be having an additional noon between them and the ya. There will be an additional noon that is going to come in between those words. So can you see my slide here? An and ya. So there is an that you have covered, right? You have covered an and ya. This is the first person singular pronoun, and the translation is about me, right? So now see here. So an plus ya. When you see in Quran word anni, how many noons do you hear in that anni? There are two noons. No, two noons, not three. Two noons, right? So where is this second noon coming from? One is coming from an. Where did this second noon come from? This is a separate noon, that is an added noon that comes in between, right? Minni. How many noons do you pronounce? Min has only one noon, and ya is not, min and ya should be mini, something like that, but it is read as minni, right? There is an added noon. There is a noon added in between an and ya and min and ya. I'm sorry if I've not taught you that, but because I thought that, that's why I put the question here. Okay, so is this clear to all of you? Yeah, you will have all the slides. My slides are open, alhamdulillah. So I'm going to, yeah. Alhamdulillah. So when you have, yeah, I will definitely share. I don't know how come it's not on my basic, on the slides that I have prepared before, because I was pretty sure that I shared that. So, but inshallah, I will add it to your slides as well from Canva. Yeah, I did. Seher is saying I did. So it may be in some other notes, and I'm just not getting there. So if at the end of the session, you will get the slide. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now, which fragments have followers? Haruf and Asiba, that was another thing, but yeah, it should be shared in this one as well. Okay, inshallah. So, which fragments have followers? Now, listen to the question very carefully. So, Adama is saying that ataf, murakkabe atf, has matuf alayhi and matuf that follow each other. So, that is one example of a follower, right? Right? They no, they match in status, right? When it comes to Mosuf was Sifa, is it an example? The Sifa is an example of a follower. What do you think? Right? They both match, the both isms match in all four properties. When you look at, you have just covered another fragment. You just covered another fragment. Ism ishara, musharun ilayhi. When you looked at this word, if you remember, in our last session, ibnatayya, hataini, are they matching in all four properties? What do you think? Ibnatayya, dual. Tai, dual. Ya made it proper. Hataini, pointers are always proper. Both dual, both proper. Are they both feminine? Tata, hataini, ibnatai, right? Both feminine, right? Both proper, both feminine, and both dual. The last property is, what is the status? If the first one is Jarin status, the second one is going to be Jarin status as well, right? Both are going to be Jarin status. So is this another example of a follower, do you think? Is it another example of a follower? Alhamdulillah. So now when you talk about harf nasb and its ism, harf and ism, are they matching in properties? Can you match properties between a harf and an ism? Jar wal majroor, will you be matching properties between harf jar and ism majroor? There are different types of words. There are different kinds of words. When it comes to harf nasb and its ism, will you match properties between a harf and an ism? You will not, right? You will not. When it comes to mudaf, I taught you mudaf can be of any status. Mudaf ilayhi has to be jar. Are they matching in status? Are they matching? If you consider them as two separate words, do they ever match in type? First one is always going to be common if you just think of it as a separate entity. Their number can be different, can be any number. Mudaf can be of any number and mudaf ilayhi can be of any number. They don't have to match in number. Do you all agree? Mawsuf sifa, we already said that they are going to match in all four properties, and this is an example of a follower, right? Mawsuf sifa, four isms matching in properties. Mawsuf sifa is an example of a follower. Your murakkabe atf is an example of a follower, and your ism ishara, mushar ilayhi, is going to be when they act as a fragment, when ism ishara and ism mushar ilayhi are treated as, when they are treated as fragment, you will notice they are matching in all three properties. And let me see what somebody has, but that is from huruf nasiba. Okay, let me see here few other points. Here now I'm totally andhi, so I'm never going to be able to see. Okay, no, three, huh? Three. Okay, 1 second. They're going to be three, right? Mawsuf sifa, mawsuf was sifa. Number two is murakkabe atf, matuf alayhi and matuf match in status. Then number three is ism ishara, musharun alayhi. Is this clear to all of you? Three fragments in which you see followers are going to be ism ishara, musharun alayhi, murakkabe atf, matuf alayhi, and mawsuf was sifa. Okay, with that I will end the session. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are going to master this document. You need to start working on completing this document. Let me stop the recording.